Well, I bet you never thought you'd see one of these videos again. Hi guys, it is TMH here, after I have no idea how long. But it is time for some TMH videos, I think. How I see it is, if those two idiots can manage to get a couple of videos up, I can surely manage it as well. So yeah, we are gonna try and get a few videos on the go here, at least some kind of regular activity. um, but yeah, it has been a while. I think we've all been busy. It's really good to see Misfit and Reaper throwing up some videos. So I really did want to try and catch up with them a wee bit. So I don't have any major plans at the moment. I'm just kind of going to wing it, and we'll see what happens. I think though, for the time being, we're going to hit the PlayStation 4. I'm still kind of in a lull at the moment when it comes to Minecraft. I'm finding it really hard to get build inspiration and do stuff like that. So I've been playing a ridiculous amount of Grand Theft Auto 5 online at the moment. So we're going to fire that up. And I thought for today I would just do a really quick kind of tour video of my garages and stuff like that. And a quick sort of introduction as to what I kind of want to achieve with this series. I don't know if series is too strong a word. But yeah, try and achieve something out of it. So we'll go through that. It'll be a really short video just so I can try and get back into the swing of things. Might try and put up maybe a Minecraft video, even of the new server. The Cherry Vanilla server was renewed last year, well, on the 1st of January. So it is new. I haven't played on it pretty much at all though, so maybe I'll do something on there, maybe I won't. I'm not too sure. But certainly we'll get some PlayStation 4 hopefully quite frequently, not crazy amounts like maybe the other two, but we'll see where we go with it. So yeah, I have been totally addicted to Grand Theft Auto Online. I'd completed it, the single player anyway, on the PS3, and I just happened to get Grand Theft Auto 5 when I bought my PS4, and I went through the playthrough again because it was next gen and it was supposed to be better, blah blah blah. And I never played online. It was actually a couple of mates that got me into online, and man, it's too addictive. I've only been playing online for maybe 2 or 3 months. I've got 12 days worth of playtime, which is, yeah, that's pretty crazy. So yeah, a bit of an addict. Anyway, here we are in my apartment. Let's have a look outside. I don't know which one this was. It was maybe like between 3 and 500,000. This apartment, right in the center though, which is really good because, oh, you can't see outside there. Yeah, because one of the main things that I like about the Grand Theft Auto Online is the cars. So all of my apartments and garages have to be really close to Los Santos Customs. So there's one just over my shoulder there on the right. Where my other garages are, there's one close by. But yeah, we'll do a quick tour of the garages. I'll not go into too many details. I think it would probably be easier to just sort of walk around each of the garages, and then sort of as we're playing through this series, we'll maybe see a lot more of them, because I really do like the cars and I've put a lot of time into them, and it'd be pretty cool to show that off. But first off, I suppose this is my character. Can I take the mask off and maybe see it a little better? Oh yeah, I put these weird contacts in, but yeah, that's my character. This is like the most generic face. I thought I went for something really unique when I was designing him, but everybody seems to have this face, so not very unique, not very exciting. First person. He has a lot of or I've made a lot of different outfits, just for different times and different things that I might be doing. So I've got the bulletproof helmet there, so I've got a bit of added protection for missions and stuff. Got my motorbike kit there. Flight suit just for cheesiness. Stealth. This is one of my favourite ones for missions because it looks pretty badass with the hood up and stuff. And then beach, which just is there to show off my tattoos. Most of them are generic, but there's a few that I've won through, like that clown with the revolvers is from holding up every shop in the city, and the Los Santos ones for every upgrade on a car, stuff like that. So there's a few of them that are maybe rarer than others. I'll show you that one at a later stage when it's more applicable. But yeah, that's my usual character. And like I said, I have 3 garages, so we'll go through them really quickly just to give you an idea of what kind of cars I have. Some of them are based on sort of movies or TV shows that I've watched in the past, so I'll maybe mention them when I see them, but I'll not go into too many details of each of the cars. I mean, if you're watching this, you know what cars there are and you know what kind of customization options they can get. I mean, if it's something that we would look into at a later date, I could certainly look into getting sort of customized options and maybe doing different cars to see what they can do. But for now, I'm pretty happy with what I've got. I have here's the depressing part. I have 30 cars, absolutely 3 full garages. It's crazy. So yeah, I really need to withdraw some and take some out, because the majority of my cars, if there was dust in Grand Theft Auto, they would just have a layer of thick dust on them, because I just kind of use them for looking at more than anything else. Most of them are, like, only 2 are used in missions. I usually only use this Karuma in missions and maybe one of the sports cars. Some of them, I make sure I've got one of each class for races, but other than that, the rest of them I just do not use. It's pretty bad. But anyway, we'll have a quick tour around each of the garages, and then we'll go over what my thoughts are for the series, and where I'd quite like to go with this series. I keep saying series. It's not gonna be like a series, but we'll see what happens. So my 3 garages are in order. The one under my apartment is the sort of most used cars, and then it goes from there to not even thought about. So we'll go through them all, and maybe I'll go in first person to look round, but I need to take this off because it does that stupid like border around your face. That's the one. So yeah, I mean, I'll not go I mean, I figured most folk don't really care about the cars, so I'm going round them pretty quickly. But you know, I'm pretty happy, and I'm pretty proud of the colour schemes and stuff that I've done for most of them. Some of them are pretty ridiculous, like a chrome. Well, it's supposed to be an Aston Martin, but a chrome JB 700. But some of the cars I've painted in colours that I unlocked through like missions and things, or races. So chrome is unlocked once you've won 50 races, so I thought I've got to have a couple of chrome cars to kind of prove that. Lime greens for however many stunt jumps, so put that on here. So yeah, you get the idea. Some colours are there just to show off, I guess is the word. So yeah, that's my cars. This one was based on, this is random, but a couple of years ago they came out with a new Knight Rider TV show. And I really like the colour combination and stuff, so I went with it here. It's like a matte black and a gloss black stripe through the centre, and then the nice chrome wheels. Looks really nice, especially when you're racing, and just, yeah, looks pretty cool. Sentinel, this is my favourite car in the game. I've got 2 actually. In my other garage I've got the convertible version that I managed to find. The majority of these cars, you'll notice, are all kind of just finds. Some of them have been bought, but a lot of them have, in fact most of them in here have been bought, but yeah, most of them are finds or just thefts. And the hearse, this is one of my favourite cars that I never use. It's just because it's so hard to get and rare to spawn in. A really random story how I got it, but if you've played the heists recently, you know that it's almost impossible to get into a heist if you're waiting and waiting. So yeah, I was waiting in a lobby for ages. Finally got 3 other people to join and start playing, and one of the guys had the hearse. So as we were driving to the first location, I had a rough idea that we were close to the church spawn. So I sort of took a detour, found that a couple had spawned, and I just grabbed the chance, grabbed one, and drove back to my apartment, and then cancelled the heist. Got a couple of rude messages, but man, it was worth it for that, because it's a really cool car. I mean, it's really rubbish. It's a terrible car for driving, but it's probably one of the rarer cars you can get in the game. As far as I'm aware, you just need somebody to have one and spawn it in for you to get that chance of getting it. Otherwise, it's really a really low spawn rate. So yeah, pretty chuffed with that. Got a couple of bikes. That was for, I bought these for stamina. I was testing to see if a different bike would affect your stamina. I didn't notice any difference, so maybe it does, but I didn't notice anything personally. I've kind of got ridiculous stats. I'm one of those losers who have done absolutely everything to its max. The only thing I haven't done is lung capacity, but I don't think you ever really need that now. So yeah, I'm totally full. Most of them were achieved the right way. The only one I didn't was stealth, and the only thing I did for that was I put blue tack in my controller and just did that for an hour. Just let my character walk in circles for an hour. And yeah, that puts your stealth right up. Little tip for you right there. Moving on round, yeah, the insurgent from the heists cannot beat this car. I was tempted to go for the one with the gun attachment, but you can't actually stock that in your garage, so I went for this one. And the insurgent on its own is just an absolute beast. It destroys stuff in its path, you know, just moves anything in its way. So it's really good for missions. I've been using that recently a lot for missions. Then there's the Rhapsody. This is one of my favourite cars, just because it's so ridiculous. I've got another ridiculous car coming up, but yeah, it's just ridiculous. It's so small, but it's really fun at the same time. Plus the colour scheme is really cool. If anyone out there can try and work out what the colour scheme relates to, you can leave me a comment in the below and let me know about that. But anyway, yeah, that's one of my favourite cars. And then the stupid adder that everybody seems to have, but everybody needs as well. It's like a boasting thing that, oh, I got 1 million. Look at me, I've got an adder. Ooh. It's actually pretty rubbish. I don't know why I bought it. I bought it at the same time as one of my mates after we'd finished the first, like going through the heist the first time, and we're just like millionaires. So yeah, what I'm going to do eventually though is once I'm level 100, if I don't sell it first, once I'm level 100, I'll have unlocked the gold metal paint, and I'll probably change that to the metal gold. What's this one? The Serrano. This was my first sports car that I bought. It was really cheap, like 100,000 or something, which doesn't sound cheap, but it's pretty cheap for some of the sports cars out there. So yeah, pretty chuffed with that. And then of course the Kuruma. This is like the most common car now. Everybody seems to have it. So don't need to explain much about that. Okay, what will we take? We'll take the Sultan. I've never really been able to get into the first person mode. When I'm driving it's fine, but when I'm actually walking around it's really hard to get used to. Because it doesn't feel smooth, I suppose is the word I'm looking for. Oh, forget to turn that off. But yeah, we'll head over to the garages. They're not that far, and like I said, they're all close to Los Santos Customs. Just so when I've bought a car, I don't need to go far to top up. I wonder if this guy heading towards me is going to be an idiot. Ah, he's going the other way. Good. Don't feel like shooting up people today. Hate that bit. Crash. So, this is my second guide with the sort of second most important set of cars. Sounds so bad to be putting them into categories like that, but it is pretty true. I don't. By the time I get to the third garage, I very rarely drive them, so they would probably be the first ones I sell. If there's new cars come out. And here we are. Oh yeah, first person. Get a better view. Dune buggy. I think everybody needs one of these because they are so much fun if you go up north. This is one of the rarer spawns without the metal sort of cover over the front. So when you're inside, you see your feet kicking through. Pretty random. I never use that one either. Which is a pretty common pattern here. Yeah, the topless Sentinel. Same colour scheme as the other one. It's just a really cool combination, that. Plus it's chrome, so it's cheesy and ridiculous. Sabre. I think everybody at some point needs a Sabre. Whoa, there's a lot of people not bothered. But playing with me. Yeah, I think at some point everybody needs a Sabre. It's just the Sabre and the Sentinel especially remind me of all the old games because they've been pretty much through most of them. This is the electronic car. What's it called? The Surge, I think it's called. I don't drive it much. The only thing that surprised me with it is how obviously how quiet it is because it's electronic. But man, it's really freaky when you're just driving around in silence. I'll probably drive to the next garage in this because it's a freaky experience. Just because throughout all the Grand Theft Autos, you've always been used to at least an engine sound. So yeah, that's pretty weird. And then moving on, obviously the A-Team van. This was another heist unlock after the third or fourth heist, one of those. Yeah, just I had to have it. It was so cool. As soon as I saw it in the mission, I thought, wow, I need that. Don't think I've actually driven it, and apart from to the Los Santos Customs. So yeah, notice the pattern here, but yeah, it just looks cool. It's just so epic. The big whatever this is, Vapid. The what? I used to drive this one a lot, and I've forgotten. Oh, Sand King. Yeah. This is cool. I never put any sort of front bumpers or the fuel tank thing in because it crawls over cars. It's brilliant. So yeah, really good car. This the Rat Truck Rat Truck. Just got it because it was a pretty cool looking hot rod. Again, this will probably be one of the things that would ever go first because it's just never use it. The handling's terrible for starters. I just got it because it looks really cool with the engine block open like that. Warrener, of course. Pretty cool car. I like that one. Then of course is Intorno. I think it's one of those cars that everybody has for like races and stuff. And this is my Scottish bad boy. Oh, it keeps turning off. Yeah, that's the usual combination I have here. Everybody knows where I'm from with this car. And the Panto, of course. This is where I annoy one of my mates with the Joker. I tried to make this set up like look as much like the Joker from the Dark Knight movie, because he hates clowns. So I like chasing him with that, and yeah, chasing him in the Panto, he hates it. And it's a pretty ridiculous looking spectacle when you're driving around in this. But yeah, it's pretty funny. It's one of those random things. Let's get that off. There we go. Right, okay, let's check out the final garage and then head off, because I'm sure this is getting boring. It's not for me, because I love them, but yeah, it's pretty boring looking at cars non-stop. It'll get better. Listen how quiet that is though, isn't that crazy? You just hear like people talking. It really freaks me out. I'm just so used to an engine sound. It's actually not a bad car, but yeah, freaks you out. And here we are, last garage. Okay, so final garage. This is just my bike garage really, and some cars that are yeah, never used. I'll not go through the names as per, but you can get a good look at them. There's pretty cool colour schemes on a lot of the cars and bikes. I made sure I chose some pretty wacky combinations and stuff, so yeah, pretty happy with some of them. This is my first car in the game. When you first play online, you choose a car for a race, and then you have to choose a car to go to the customs and put the tracker in and stuff, and I managed to get a Fuselad, which was pretty cool. This is the Ubermacht something or other Oracle, yeah, something like that. Just to use that for races. This is the Dubsta, something Dubsta. I modelled this one on an old sort of British Land Rover or Range Rover, and it looks really cool. I really like this car, or truck or van, whatever you would call it. The colour is brilliant, and I love the cream wheels. I just think it looks like a really cool Land Rover, you know, that you'd see in a cliche farm with a farmer. And final car is the Elegy. I like this one. It's a pretty cool car. Managed to get a spawn without the spoiler. I know that affects traction, but it's a pretty good car either way for traction, and you know, it looks pretty cool without that spoiler when you're driving around. You'll also notice most of my cars, or the more racing cars, have sort of more off-road or muscle tyres, apart from this one, but most of my racing cars have that because they're supposed to be better for traction when it comes to like jumping over pavements or like bumps in the road. I saw a few videos about that, and it seems to have worked for me anyway. Maybe it's not true, but I've certainly noticed a little bit of a difference. I mean, traction's the same, and you know, speed and stuff, but definitely if you're running at high speed and you're cutting a pavement or something, it doesn't affect the car as much with a thin tyre than it does with a thick tyre. So yeah, maybe a tip. That's my tip for the day. Yeah, that's my tip. That's the last bike coming up. That's it. So that is my cars and my setup. What will we go in? Need to get the appropriate setup here. Yeah, that's better. Okay. So that's my cars and my bike. I get that sometimes. It's a weird glitch that it doesn't remove your car that you went up to your garage with. So it's got my nameplate and it's my car, but whenever I go up to it, it says you don't have access. Just a weird glitch, I suppose. But yeah, series talk. Let's close this up. That was my cars and my bikes. I've put a lot of time into sort of choosing them and getting a good kind of combination and stuff, so I'm pretty chuffed with that, especially for races. it's a good selection for races. So looking forward for a series. You'll notice that if I go back to players, on the bottom right, aside from the ridiculous clan name I was forced to join, I have all of the vehicle types apart from a chopper. I've got a plane, a boat, and obviously loads of cars, but I do not have a chopper yet, and that is one vehicle I would like to have for missions. I think it would be really good for missions, especially heists, if you're kind of wanting to not so much rush through it, but at least help your team out a fair bit and get to places a lot faster than you would normally. I definitely would like a chopper for that. So bad move, that was terrible. So yeah, my idea for this series is to sort of go on a journey of missions and races and whatever else we can do in... This is a bad place to fall in. Whatever other missions and stuff we can do to raise money and try and get a chopper. I hate bikes. This is why. It was a phase. I was in a phase needing bikes, and I thought they would be cool, and I got the helmet and I got the stuff, but still a little ropey when it comes to bikes. Yeah, but the helicopter I have in mind, this is my target. Let's get the target set. It is the Buzzard. I think it's 1,750,000. That is a lot of money. And I could just go and sell Adder, and I could sell something else. And if I was smart, I probably would and just be done with it. But I want to try and keep those other cars, because I did work hard for them, and I want to try and work hard for a chopper if we can get it. So this series will be maybe, I don't know yet, it'll be maybe long episodes or sort of short clips or highlight reels or something of missions and races and, I don't know, window cleaning, paperboy rounds, whatever you can do in this game to make money. We're going to try and do it to get a chopper. And on the road we'll have should have a pretty good fun. We'll not troll too often, but it's pretty fun if you played online too. Just getting an absolute one-to-one battle with people in the street. And yeah, just having a complete gun battle. That's pretty fun. So might look into doing some of that sometimes, but I think it'll be a really cool journey. It won't be super regular. There's going to be no promises for that. You know, people often tell me I'm over the top, but I do not know where they get that from. I mean, oh, your head's all over the place on Minecraft, TMH. You never stop talking about yourself, TMH. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you're Scottish. You never stop going on about it. I have no idea what they're talking about. Anyway, we'll call it a day here. I will hopefully see you soon with more episodes and maybe some collabs with other co-op guys. I think there's rumours of that happening soon, well, yeah, they're probably still rumours at the moment. But yeah, hopefully we'll see more episodes with us as a group. But certainly I'll be getting more of these out really soon, because it is just you have too much fun in Grand Theft Auto not for other people to see it and see the mischief you can get up to. So I will see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.